All right. Hi. We're from Pomona High School, and today we're going to be discussing the poem A Valediction, Forbidding Mourning by John Donne. This is a metaphysical poem, and it has some very interesting metaphors and similes, interesting comparisons, interesting contrasts going on that we're going to talk about. First, though, I want to talk about the very simple plot of the poem. What is the story that's happening in A Valediction, Forbidding Mourning?
I think this guy he has to leave the girl that he loves, or the person that he loves, and he's just talking about how it's going to be hard for them to leave each other and be separated, but they love each other and they can get through it, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it can be said, because there was a time when John Donne had to leave his wife and go to France. Some people interpret it doesn't matter if that's really it. It's just a man leaving his girl, right? And it really could be, anybody leaving anyone, right, for an extended period of time that they love, and then they're going to eventually come back. So first, let's talk about the title, A Valediction. What does the word valediction mean?
It's like, go ahead. It's like a farewell.
It is a farewell, right? To bid farewell. So a farewell, forbidding mourning, though. So a farewell, forbidding mourning. Let's talk about forbidding mourning.
Mourning is grief, and then forbidding is just you can't have.
Don't cry for me, right? I'm leaving, don't cry. Don't make a fuss. This is just a temporary thing. All right, so stanza 1 and 2 is kind of setting up the thing, right? I don't want to talk a lot about stanza 1 and 2. I want to move into these difficult comparisons that we have going on. There's one image that we can kind of compare things to in 3 and 4. Then there's another one in 5 and 6. And then there's the last one is in 7, 8, and 9. So let's talk about 3 and 4. So moving of the earth brings harms and fears. Men reckon what it did and meant, but trepidation of the spheres, though greater far, is innocent. Let's talk about the main image that is going on in these two stanzas. What is John Donne comparing? What image is he bringing up?
I kind of get like an image of like a man going to sea to like experience something, and like especially when he says but trepidation of the spheres, it's just like kind of during the time where they didn't know about like if the earth was round, so they were like scared that they were gonna fall off. I think it kind of like connects to like the feeling of being scared for leaving the girl too, because like it feels like it might fall off or something might happen, even though he knows nothing will.
Okay. Trepidation is an interesting word. Did anyone look up trepidation?
Oh, I did. It said a feeling of fear or agitation that something may happen.
Okay, yeah, trepidation. And when they talk about spheres, right, are they talking about the stars in the sky? What are they talking about? Spheres. Cassie, do you think?
I think I agree with Jade.
Jade?
On the whole. Not.
Men out at sea?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go back to that first line, right? Moving of the earth brings harms and fears. Moving of the earth. What does John Donne mean?
He's basically saying that, like, as time moves on, as you continue your life, it's going to bring bad things. That's how I interpret it. Like,
Okay.
moving of the earth is like
Moving of the earth. When does the earth move?
all the time.
All the time. But when does it move that brings harms and fears?
Earthquakes.
Earthquakes, right? But it does move all the time, right? It's constantly turning and moving around the sun, right? And then we have the trepidation of the spheres, right? The spheres are planets. Yeah, exactly. They also move in this orbit around the sun. Did you almost get hit by the orbit of the planet, right? So we have these, and we think about, oh, it's scary to be in an earthquake, but the earth is always moving, right? But when the earth moves, it eventually always comes back to where it started, right? So we have this image of this orbit that's going around and is coming back. When we get to stanza 4, we have dull, sublunary lovers love. What's sublunary?
So I looked at, I thought it to be like beneath the moon, so it's like we all have.
You're exactly right. Beneath the moon. Yes. Keep going.
That was it.
That was it.
Yes.
Right, because it has the word lunar in there, right? Dull, sublunary lovers love. Who are the dull, sublunary lovers?
John Doe and his girl.
You know, the man and the woman, whoever. The two people that love each other, and then one's going to go away and then come back, right? So these are the dull, sublunary lovers, which we sometimes don't understand what's going on up in the heavens because we're here and we're part of it, right? We're going along with it. Now, let's move on to the next image in 5 and 6, right? Especially down in stanza 6. It says, our two souls, therefore, which are one, though I must go, endure not yet a breach, but an expansion, like gold to airy thinness beat. So what's the image there?
So, with like gold to airy thinness beat, it's when you beat gold, it stretches out and it expands. Like
gold leaf.
Yeah, we're like beating metal, and it like spreads out, right? And if you spread it out too thin, what would happen? It would rip or crack or something. We would get a breach, right? Is that what he's saying is going to happen if we stretch out this gold?
not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, right? We're stretching it out, but there's no breach, right? We're good. And so that's an interesting image. Like, we have this interesting image of the planet circling, right? And then we have this gold that's being spread out so that it covers things, right? Which I think is very interesting, right? So now let's get to the last image in 7, 8, and 9. If they be two, they are two, so as stiff twin compasses are two. Thy soul, the fixed foot, makes no show to move, but doth if the other do. We have two types of compasses. What type of compass is John Donne talking about?
Circle drawer.
This one, right? Not like find the North Pole sort of thing. So Cassie, tell me about compasses. You've used a compass in math, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about a compass.
Well, you can draw circles.
You can draw circles with it, right? What else can you do with a compass?
You can find direction.
Okay. That's the other type of compass, right? And the type that draws circles, what does it look like?
Like
Like this, right? It has 2 feet, and then one of them is a pencil. What's the other one do?
it's like a point.
Point, and it stays there. Does this one ever move?
Yeah.
But this one does,
Yeah.
right? It goes like this.
Orbits around.
It orbits around it, right? So we have a very similar image as this whole planetary one, right? So let's talk about this. I think this is really the meat of the poem, because once we get to 7, 8, and 9, we understand what's going on with this overall extended metaphor in the poem. So let's talk about this extended metaphor. What is John Donne saying about leaving and then coming back?
It's like a natural order of things. Like Earth will go around and it'll eventually come back to the same spot, and the compass will go around but it'll eventually come back to the same spot. And
It has to, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no other option for it.
I think he's also comparing the part of the compass that doesn't move to the woman, because she has to stay in the same place, so he'll always come back to her even if he does have to go do something else.
Exactly. And because they're part of